Hey, welcome back to the channel, guys. I accidentally stopped the video instead of pushing pause, so I guess I have to start this whole nonsense over. Yeah, so this channel definitely suffers. This is my own personal channel. I'm just cataloging my years and histories with as a guitar player. And so what I'm going to share with you today is I did order a new bridge pickup for the Firefly Tele, and it's stacked, as you can see. It feels nice, heavily waxed. um, this is about an 8K impedance output on this one here, and the Firefly is at a 5, but the neck is at a 8. So how are the tonal properties going to change? They're going to change definitely, but is it for the better or for the worse? It's hard to say, because tele pickups are designed to offset each other in a certain way. Now, if they're matched with the same output, it's hard to say, or close to what that's gonna. This could just be a total waste of my time, but I'm never gonna know unless I do the work. So I will not be able to put, or I'm choosing not to put individual saddles on this one, because in order to do that, I'd have to get a new bridge plate, and I've already did the homework. I actually ordered one. It came in, and I saw right away what needs to be done. Individual saddle bridge plates, they extend at least a ½ inch longer, which means you'd have to drill new holes. The string placements would remain in the same, but the bridge plate itself is actually longer, which means you'd have to drill new holes. I don't want to do this. This is too nice of a guitar to start drilling holes for what. It's not that important. This is okay. I can live with this. I got a new electronics shield plate. This one's angled, and I'm hoping this will work. Maybe get the toggle switch a little bit at an angle. Will it work? I don't know. I think it's pushing the tone and the volume knob closer but further away and creating a gap. It'll be interesting to know, but that's something I'm interested in doing. They also make them with 3 holes, where you can actually have a regular Gibson like toggle switch, which I wish they would do that. I mean, make it more like that. Or see a guitar in production that has the toggle sideways, or a Gibson type toggle. Because these ones, they're just a pain in the ass. There's just no room, and maybe the purists are like, don't ever change it because we had to suffer, so you suffer. Well, there's a workaround to that. So, love the guitar. I don't really want to start jacking it up like that. It's just not necessary. It's fine the way it is. This is the only thing I'm going to do is the bridge pickup. So in order to do that, I think all I have to do is loosen the strings, because this whole bridge plate has to come out in order for me to gain access for this, to replace this. That's the only thing about a tele, is when you want to change out the bridge pickup, you got to get access to it. And so this thing's pretty much got to come up, and there has to be no tension on the strings. Might have to remove the neck and get the strings totally out of play, because this whole thing's got to come up, and this has to come out for that to go. So it's a real process just to change out the bridge pickup on a tele. That's the con, not the pro. That's the con about a Telecaster. This is a no-brainer. This is easy. Just take off the pick guard and boom. I've noticed they don't really sell pick guards for teles with the full size. Like if you wanted to add a Hot Rails type pickup, it seems like the ones that I've seen, and I've tried to find one that's bigger than the lipstick style, but I've had no luck. So I guess I'm going to leave that there. Yeah. Moving forward, guys. Oh, it's hot in Riverside today, man. It's fucking hot. Here's a guitar that I just purchased, and I've only had it for a couple days here in the house. This was listed in San Diego, but I was in San Diego uh, helping my sister and visiting my mother. She's in the hospital. Um, she's got some things going on, but you know, we're hoping and praying for the best. Yeah. Man, look at those pearloids on the neck, really pop. That's a nice guitar. Anyway, so this is a Sterling AX20. These were marketed in two types. One for promotions and events. The others were actually sold in retail with a quilted maple veneer and flamed maple veneer, maybe some other colors. So it's a real guitar. It's not like one of those super cheap promo guitars. This is a real Sterling guitar. It even has locking tuners, unbranded, but still, decent, nice tuners. I got nothing wrong with the tuners. But when I got it, it was really mucked up. I think this was a part of a skateboard event because there was a bunch of signatures on it. Maybe Tony Hawk signed it. I don't know, but it's gone now. So the goop be gone, got rid of everything. I cleaned up everything, the fretboard, polished the frets, set the pickup heights, did the intonation, set the neck relief. I think it had either too much of a back bow. Yeah, I think that was it. So, tightened down the tuners, hydrated the neck, and it turned out to be a decent guitar. And for $140, it's just like the Firefly FFMN, same style, same design, same everything except for the pickups. And I've been sitting on these pickups from Temu for about 6 months, and this would be a good project for me to see how they sound. Because no matter what I'm going to do with it, I'm going to keep these pickups. They don't sound bad. J-Man, there's a link on his channel, on my channel, because he's a real guitar player. He did a whole video on this particular unit, this particular guitar. I think his was a little jacked up, but there was something that he wanted to do. He was going to take it to a luthier and have the whole top removed and put it. I'm not going to do any of that, but he was setting out to do a major overhaul. For me, it's just, let me install these pickups. Let me fix whatever I think needs to be fixed. Like this is a B pot and this is an A pot. I think it's reversed. I think this should be an A. This should be B. They're alpha pots, 500K. The electronics cavity is shielded. The pickup cavities are shielded. And it's got a nice bridge. And these particular saddles have that little groove in there, which I think are better saddles than Fenders. There's that little groove where the string actually catches in the middle. They're just not rounded over. So kudos. So this is a real guitar, just the sound is not horrible. I almost don't want to change the pickups just for this. Because you go, there's these things we do as guitar players. We're thinking, well, let me do all of that. And it's quite a task, with the soldering and whatever you're going to do. Only to find out whether these pickups are from Temu or Amazon or Musically, I don't give a shit. You're never guaranteed that you're going to like the tone. If you're only doing one thing like heavy metal, maybe, yeah, like the Ball Shredder, all he ever does is heavy metal. I don't really see him doing anything. So maybe the pickups that he recommends from Musically or whatever, it's all about like one sound. But I like to have a variety of tone, not just heavy metal. Like I want pickups that can translate a good clean tone, a jazz type tone, and finger picking, have just that they can articulate well when you're doing stuff like that also. So I'm gonna let you hear this so you can see, like, this is a really nice guitar. The playability of this guitar is really, really good. I was playing it again last night and I was like, man, I don't even know if I want to fuck with it. I think the only thing I want to do is try to find some sort of veneer, like just something I could roll on, you know, some sort of adhesive skin, and just cover up this. I mean, this is like kind of crazy. I mean, it's not a deal breaker for me. I mean, because it's a real guitar. It's just like this guitar could look so much better with something else on the top. You know, get some adhesive skin and just cut along the edges and in the pockets with a X-Acto knife and everything else, and then put everything together. I don't know. Just a thought. Just a thought. If you guys know of a place that makes veneers or skins for a guitar, let me know. I'll buy one, and just, well, let's go plug it in and see how it sounds. This time I'm going to try and push pause and not kill the video like an idiot. You know, 62, I make a lot of mental mistakes. Good Lord. Yeah, okay, hold on, guys. Okay, welcome back. I don't know if you noticed, well, I just noticed it. I was at Guitar Center, Marina Valley, picked up some new Diodarios. But did you know, this is going out to all the potheads, that now in their packaging they're using a resealable baggie. Oh, Todd, don't mess it up. Don't tell everybody. So when you're done stringing your guitar, you can put all your doobies in there and your marijuana, and it's resealable. Why? I don't know. Why did they do that? There had to be a reason why they felt it necessary to now have a resealable baggie. Just thought I'd mention that. If you, I'm just wasting time. Hold on, guys. All right, welcome back. I think I got everything set up. I have my earbuds down in front of the Yamaha THR-10X, which just has a little bit of reverb on there, very little to no delay, and so that most of the times when I'm doing a video and I'm sharing about a guitar, it's just so that you can hear the pickups. Without them being heavily masked, you know, with tons of distortion and delays and so this is the Sterling AX20 in the promotional style of Rockstar energy drink. Let's see, how's it holding up? Something's kind of going sharp here. Maybe, is it the F? It's the A's a little up. These are brand new strings. Now in position 2, I like position 2. It kind of reminds me of how it'll sound in the 3-way selector. have high expectations for a guitar like this at this price point. To me, it's still like the Tease guitar. It's still a very intermediate, entry level sort of instrument. But for 140 bucks, I mean, all right, middle position, which I'm sure both humbuckers are active. Still got a little bit of twang in there still. Position 4. The action is a little high. I'm going to try and get it a little lower without any buzzing. See where the neck relief is then. But I just got this up and running just the other day, so it's definitely, it needs a little more refinement, I think. And then the neck. Check the tuning again. Yeah, the D kind of went a little south. New strings, you know, tuned down to half stab. They get a little wanky. So you see, they don't really sound like horrible. Is it really necessary for me to do anything to this guitar other than just play it and have it for the price point? No, and that's okay. But it also makes for a good project guitar because, you know, it's got this very hideous decal on there, which is, you know, again, it is what it is. But it's a nice guitar, man. I mean, it's got this cool little, I don't even want to say it's a valley cut. It's just more like some sort of relief cut. It does have a strong, sharp corner here, which the arm doesn't really feel good on. So all the more reason why I probably won't play this guitar a lot, but it makes more for a, but it's got a great neck. It could have a compound radius neck. I'm not really sure. It seems to get a little wider as I move down. It could be from, I don't know, 12 to 14, possibly, maybe. Let's get a little dirty and see how it sounds starting in the bridge. I haven't even practiced, and so I gotta let the blood flow through my hand because of my carpal tunnel. That A sounds like it went, yeah, it's a little short now. So did the D? What the fuck? So it's not, how would I say this sounds to me? It's crunchy, but it's sort of mid-rangey. It doesn't have a lot of highs in there. It's like a generic pickup to me. The dynamics are very normal. Alright, position 2. Retaining that scoop sort of Gibson-y tone, but you also get 60 cycle hum. Now on the 3-way selector you can achieve the same tone without that 60 cycle hum, but it'd be a 3-way selector. So, you know, it's like the coil splitting is really taking you into a coil split, running one coil. Then you have that. Well, maybe it's just where I have my guitar. See the in front of the monitor. Yeah, I'm picking up frequency, so maybe it's not really like. Okay, maybe it's not that at all. Middle position. Yeah, it's okay. Position 4. Let's try a little delay and some crybaby. You know, so these pickups don't sound bad. Like I'm telling you, it's like I don't know. Do I? Maybe I should just leave it alone. You know what I mean? Fuck it. Let's go back to the bridge with the delay and the crybaby. I wish it had more bite, had like just a little bit more. Man, what's up? I'd have to check the intonation of that again. Anyway, guys, I don't want to torture you any more than I have, so thanks for visiting this channel. I have a project I'm going to be working on. I'm going to do a video on it. And I purchased this one guitar from Guitar Center. It's an Ibanez, and it was in absolutely horrible condition. And I'm sure they put it at that, you know, they have a scale when they're selling a guitar, you know, fair, good, excellent, and that's how their price point categories are. So this one was listed in fair condition, but it was pretty mucked up. And in the next video, I will show you just how bad it is. And in that video, we'll look at it in its current condition, and then we'll clean it up and see how it sounds. And if it's all for nothing and it just turns out to be a polished turd, well, the good thing about Guitar Center, when you're buying any guitar from Guitar Center, it's returnable. So I don't mind losing, a new pair of strings just to see if it could be a good player. This one could be a lot better, no doubt about it. And I just might go through the hassle of correcting the things and testing out those other pickups. Maybe the other pickups will give me a better tonal properties. Maybe in the humbuckers, there's a little bit higher end, a different kind of crunch, sort of say. This is pretty just fair. It's not groundbreaking humbucker. It's not horrible either. Or maybe not. You tell me, should I jack this thing up? As always, guys, thanks for joining this channel. If you subscribe, thank you again. This channel is just my musical journey with instruments. Hopefully you get something out of it. And be careful of a lot of these other bozos on YouTube who have guitar review channels and can't even really play the guitar. You just don't take their advice on any level on the serious. And you kind of maybe know who they are already. There's only a handful of guys that I would say are really good, but they're guitar players first. If there's a guy doing a guitar review and he's a guitar player, you can take his advice to be pretty solid. A lot of these guys, what I see that kind of irritates me a little bit is, they want to have a channel basically just for subscribers and likes, and because that's what they want to do, but they're not real guitar players. So it's kind of like it's just kind of like I want to just say you have no right to be a guitar reviewer if you don't understand how to really play the guitar. One guy said that he was actually in a band and he was the lead guitar player, and I was like, yeah, okay, yeah. Let's just kind of stretch that out a little bit. But everyone's got their own deal for why they want to create a YouTube channel. This channel I created, like if you look at my channel and all of those videos, I have just a catalog of all kinds of crazy stuff, good recordings, bad recordings, playing with different people, using Tascam 4-track machines. It's just such an array of things. I'm just cataloging my journey. So this channel wasn't created to be a specific audience, just in general, talking about my knowledge and my experience since I've come to play the guitar. I was in bands and some stuff like that. I did a lot of Christian type music, a lot of different types of melodies, but I don't like just playing one venue of music. I love heavy metal and hard rock, but I also love soft music. I like country music. I like a lot of different styles of music, blues, jazz. So I'm not sure where my playing style comes from. My biggest influence, or I would say the guitar player that I admire the most, is Steve Lukather, just because of his style reaches across so many different avenues and the dynamics of his playing are just so unique. And I've listened to all of his songs, and he's such a melodic player. I mean, the guy just fucking beast. And one song he does really really badass. Hold on. So yeah, one of the, I mean, I followed his whole history through music. I'm one of those guitar players that I didn't even know I was a guitar player. I never really thought much about playing the guitar. It just kind of happened, after I became a Christian. Anyway, um, Steve Lukather, he's really inspirational because of his style, his techniques, and his melodic approach to guitar playing. And so, like, even in this one jam, Candyman, Steve Lukather, Never Walk Alone, is an excellent video on YouTube that really shows you just how dynamic of a player he is. So I encourage you. I'll try to leave a link in there, man. The fucking guy's amazing. But throughout his whole history, all of the songs that were created, that were written with him and other people, and all the time that he came up with these rhythms and all of these lead patterns and different styles and tones, I'm just like, fuck, man, how do you do that? Along with some of the other great players, but by far, I like his style. I don't play anything like him. He inspires me. And so, anyway, enough of all that. So, have a blessed day, guys, and thanks for subscribing to this channel. And let me know in your comments, what should I do? Should I try those other pickups? Leave it alone? Do you think it sounds okay? Just what should I do with this one? It's just pretty. It's almost identical to the Firefly. No joke, But it's got a nice neck. I mean, it's a cool body too. So, $140. All right, thanks for hanging out. Take care. God bless.